So right now, I have a band, whatever you choose to use at home. Maybe you have a towel, a broom, a blanket, anything that you can kind of pull taut. All we're going to be doing here is sticking that over and stretching out our chest. You can play around with it as much as you want. Some people, depending on that piece of equipment that you have, might be able to hold it back here a little bit longer than others. We're really on our own time here. If you ever feel that you need that break, go ahead, bring it back forward, shake it out. Again, goal is to open up the chest, so whatever piece of equipment that you're using, you play around with how much tension you need. And this is where we're going to be here just to start off class. Once again, for those of us who maybe don't have that piece of equipment, we won't be doing this too long. It's just a nice chest opener just to get us started here. Once again, as needed, if you need to take a little bit of a break, you are more than welcome to, as you see fit with your piece of equipment at home. All right, guys, right there, you can go ahead, put that tension piece of equipment aside. We are back here, body weight by ourselves. We're going to focus here next. It's just a bit of a hanging hamstring stretch. You can be standing up right now. I just want you to bend forward and then let your body droop down a little bit. You can maybe cross your arms if that's more comfortable, or let those hands sway there. If you have that problem of touching the floor, feel free to cross those arms. The spine might relax a little bit here. That's okay, as long as you feel comfortable. Again, just kind of a passive hamstring stretch right here, you guys. All right, as we come up, I want you guys to put your hands down, as far down on your leg as you can go, and then sliding those hands up. You're going to straighten your back out nice and slow, and then hip hinge the rest of the way up. From there, guys, go ahead, take that lunge position here, dynamic hip flexor stretch, something we've done before. We're going to do 2 rounds here. Again, I'm just going from that hip, this lunge position, into a Spider-Man hip flexor, dropping it back into another hamstring stretch. But this is where we're starting it off here, neutral pelvis, torso upright, slightly. We're driving that forward right here. From there, we're going to go ahead and drop it down where this hip drives into the floor here. And then from there, we bring it on back. Hamstring stretch. Hips drop over that back leg. Front leg extends, stretching that hamstring. And we're going to rise up. Do that one more time here, again, just to get some movement. Down to that lower body, down to our hips, where we like to get tight from sitting all day. Right here. Lunge position. From there, you can drop it down. Spider-Man. Knock it back. Hamstring. From there, go ahead, switch over. Same thing. 2 rounds, other side. In this lunge position, neutral pelvis, torso upright, driving forward. And from there, we're going to drop it down, have that pelvis drive into the floor here. And tip it back, hamstring stretch. Go ahead, raise up, repeating that one more time here. From this lunge position, we're going to drop it down, Spider-Man. And bringing it back, hamstring stretch. From there, I'm going to have you guys switch back to this first leg here. We're going to elongate this hip flexor stretch right here in this lunge position. You want to be a little more gentle on yourself, less aggressive, more passive here. Again, just slower into that stretch. If you need something a little bit more than just this, a couple options you have. You can try rotating into this front leg. You can also try leaning over to the side of this upper leg. Or if you can slightly, ever so slightly, try leaning back. We want to be gentle with that one though. We have a hip flexor that crosses the pubic bone. We don't want to strain that too much for too long, but we can try that, or we can try a combination of all of those. Again, feel free to experiment a little bit. Feel free to just start here, try rotating, try bending over, and then maybe try bending back if you need it. From there, guys, go ahead, switch it. Same thing, the other side. Feel free, start in this lunge position. Again, if you need a little bit more, you have that twist, that sideways lean, that back lean, or you can play around with the combination. You're at home. I want you guys to be careful. Small tension here, something that you can obviously withstand for a little bit, especially in these passive stretches. You want that to be able to hold that position for 30 to at least 60 seconds. So again, don't be too aggressive. Play around with it though. Even if you don't feel it right away, it might start to build on you. So be a little hesitant there. But we've been doing this for a while, so maybe you guys are a little bit more comfortable. From there, guys, we're going to go ahead, drop it down to the ground here. V-stretch straight down the middle. If this is a little bit difficult for you, feel free to put your back up against the wall just to establish a little bit of an initial stretch. And then as we progress, feel free to lean forward as you're more able to. from there, guys, go ahead, pick one side, stretch out. Don't feel like you have to go out and grab those toes. Feel free to relax a little bit. If those hands find themselves up here a little bit more, that's okay. Don't feel like we need to latch onto these toes for an intense stretch. Remember, holding these a little bit longer. Raising up there, switching over. Same thing, other side. And from there, we will go right back down the center once again. Go ahead, raise up one leg here in front of the other. I want us to just pull in that glute. If it works better for some people, stretch on the outside. That works as well. Whichever way you feel is going to activate those glutes today. And switch sides there. Same thing. Other foot or other hip. If you guys relax there, we'll finish off today's class the way we finish off our classes with our 4-way neck stretch here. Great way to get blood back going up to the brain, especially in the middle of the week. We're going to start this stretch off dipping our chin down to our chest, stretching the back of our necks. And from there, we're going to raise up, tilting back, eyes to the sky, chin to the ceiling, stretching the front of our necks gently. Smaller muscles, but they do get tight from looking at that computer for a good portion of our day. And back to center, ear, shoulder, stretching the side of our neck. And raise it up, other side.